Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Jake with PackMan Sports with the news that it has been confirmed by Randall Cobb Jr. himself that he is in fact returning to Green Bay, Wisconsin with this tweet right here. I'm coming home with green and gold hearts and in a green and gold jersey. Obviously, this was big news that it was breaking that the Packers were looking to trade for Randall yesterday. I just wanted to be able to wait around a little bit, and because I was busy yesterday, that the news broke out that the Packers were looking to make a deal for Randall. I really like this trade a lot. There are some pros and cons to this, which I'll go in and I'll weigh in on this. But right now, I'm very happy to have Randall return to Green Bay, Wisconsin. I've been a big fan of Randall ever since his rookie year back in 2011. He came onto the scene, and I will never forget that big 108-yard kick return that was against the New Orleans Saints. That was his coming out party, and that was really the moment that I knew that Randall could have been something special for the Green Bay Packers. And I really truly believe that Randall was actually pretty special for the Packers, despite having only such a short time of being able to show his talents really as a player. Injuries were an unfortunate situation where it didn't help things out where the injuries kind of cut his time as a great receiver pretty short. Now I'd like to be able to get to these contract details here of Randall's current contract with the Houston Texans, in which he signed a 3-year deal worth up to $27 million, $18 million guaranteed. Probably a little bit of a risky contract for an aging, declining player that has dealt with some injuries on and off. At the age of 31 in 2021 this year, he's going to have a little bit over $8 million of a base with a prorated bonus of 2. And then these per game roster bonuses, they are for Houston. They're not for the Packers, taking on this cap number and this amount of dead money here. But for this trade here, it's only going to be $2 million of dead money, and then this amount of savings here which is essentially his base plus the bonus. So, and then for his last year of 2022 at the age of 32, this will probably be his base along with the rest of all of this. So the Houston Texans here are gonna be able to have it so where you can actually part ways with Randall here pretty easily with only taking $4 million of dead money for the 2 seasons, while being able to save a whole lot of money here so they can help with their rebuild there in Houston, as the Houston Texans are going to be needing to make a lengthy rebuild with possibly having to trade Deshaun Watson away because he is disgruntled with the Houston Texans and has been very adamant that he wants out of Houston. So that is kind of a bummer for the Texans, as they were a pretty promising team up to the point to where things went south for the team after Bill O'Brien was during the tenure of Bill O'Brien, in the year in which he was fired, and then in came an interim head coach, and now they got a new head coach in David Culley with the new general manager from the New England Patriots. I'm blanking out on his name right now. It'll come to me in just a few more seconds. Nick Caserio, who was hired by the Houston Texans, and Deshaun Watson didn't really necessarily like the hire, so that's why he is disgruntled with the organization, and that's why there's going to be a lengthy rebuild there in Houston, which Randall is not going to be a part of, and he is going to be returning to Green Bay, a team that is not rebuilding and a team that is in contention for the Super Bowl. So it's a pretty big win for all the parties here involved. The Green Bay Packers, Randall himself, and the Houston Texans are going to be able to get some draft capital out of this, possibly a player. We don't know what the terms are quite yet, but I will come out and bring some details about this trade, probably in this page here, so stay tuned for that, or I might make a short video explaining the details of the Randall Cobb trade, because I like to be able to get out all of the nook and crannies about every single details when it comes to everything Green Bay Packers, Red Wings, Brewers, whatever video I may be able to make at the time if I'm not too busy. Out of my very busy schedule, very busy summer schedule. So I'd like to be able to get this video in pretty quickly here to give you guys the news that it is official that Randall Cobb is in fact coming back to Green Bay on a trade from the Houston Texans per the request of Aaron Rodgers. And I'm glad that the Packers were able to come away with this and be able to make the deal for their franchise quarterback, for the GOAT, for the better of the Green Bay Packers. And that is that. With all of that said, I am so happy to have Randall come back. And I think that with Randall returning to Green Bay for his friend Aaron is very exciting. And I'm really actually kind of ecstatic to be able to see what Randall can do in a Matt LaFleur offense. I know that he has had the experience only in a Mike McCarthy system and a Bill O'Brien system. But I'd really like to see what he can do under Matt LaFleur, being able to take on these slot duties to start out and mentoring Amari Rodgers as he's going to be able to slowly develop into a special talent here, potentially here in Green Bay, and eventually become kind of what Randall was and possibly more for the Green Bay Packers in the upcoming years for us here in Titletown, Wisconsin. So this is a pretty big win for, like I said, for all the parties involved. It's a win for... So with that, I will catch you guys later. And as always, go Pack, go!